got this great idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a microphone, a good one, and then a great laptop or a computer, and then I'm going to buy some setting to put behind me, something really cool that looks like a Saturday morning infomercial. And then what I'll do is I'll write out some scripts so that I don't mess up and I don't stutter. And I sound like I know what I'm talking about. That's important. When you sound like you know what you're talking about, it's very important. 1 and 1 is 5, guys. It's 5. And I'm going to tell you why, because I talked to several different physicists and scientists. And in this video, we're going to tell you why 1 and 1 is 5. See what I mean? Doesn't it sound like I know what I'm talking about, even though you know that it isn't 5? So once we do that and we get a lot of subscribers, maybe companies, maybe they'll send us their products. And then it'll be confirmed that we are journalists, because why else would they send us their products? It's not like they're getting something in return, like a lot of eyes on their products, or maybe even getting us to say what they want us to say about their products to get more sales and more exposure. But either way, we are absolutely positively confirmed 100% genuine journalists. See, this is why I love the idea of not doing this for a quote-unquote living. It's a hobby, because you can absolutely spot bullshit when you see it. And let me be clear, everyone is full of shit. There are times that I'm full of shit. The difference is you get to a certain point in life and a certain age where you realize that everyone is full of it, and you can separate your own BS from actually what it is that you're trying to say, and you won't apply it to videos. This is why I think it's great when sites like Digital Foundry, even though yes, they've done clickbait, they do that a lot to get people to subscribe. It's all about money, it's all about hits, but they are genuinely interested in the tech behind products. And when you're genuinely interested in something, it's very difficult to misrepresent it, to be false about it, because it's your passion, and technology is their passion. So you may have seen videos pop up about PS5's new revision being, worse, overheating. Clearly, if the temperature coming out of the back of the product is 8 degrees hotter, that means that the cooling solution is worse. Ladies and gentlemen, why in the world you would take the temperature of hot air coming out of the back of a vent of any product and using that as some sort of metric to determine temperature inside a product? I don't know. I mean, high school physics, maybe some of us haven't been there. However, Digital Foundry did this teardown themselves, and they essentially squashed anything that was said in this article or in these videos about the PS5 overheating. It was really a juvenile approach to explain the thermal solution, the new thermal solution from PlayStation by some of these people. And it's cringeworthy at best to watch Digital Foundry try and dance around not insulting these people and actually saying, hey, the videos are worth a watch because you get to see the inside. Look, just call it like you see it, okay? I understand everybody in this circle has to sort of be nice to one another and sort of support each other, because heaven forbid we may need something from somebody else. But when somebody does something that's completely and totally disingenuous, or at the worst, just incredibly stupid, you have to ask yourself, how did they get that successful? And what does that say about the audience that's listening? Now, if all you want to hear is negative news about something that you may or may not like, clearly I get it. You're going to subscribe to people who tell you that constantly. But I promise you, in life, you're going to get bored. If all you want to hear is confirmation bias, you're not going to know anything about the actual world. And something as trivial as video games, that's what I'm talking about here, trying to apply that to this. Obviously, there are more things in life that are more important. But again, this sort of scales down, this behavior of lying to get what you want. It scales all the way down to the smallest things, just like video games. So if you're somebody who wants a lot of subscribers, you know what you're going to have to say and do to get those subscribers. Certain kinds of subscribers will only subscribe if you're telling them what they want to hear. And clearly, the worst kind of person are the people who know that and manipulate actual truth to the means, to the ends, to get what they want. if you know something just isn't true, but you can spin it in a way that seems to be true. To me, those are the worst kind of people, and that's not what I want to do here. That's why you want to subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to tell you things beyond my own bullshit. So when I saw this new chipset, this new heatsink, less copper, more aluminum, the first thing I thought was, okay, they're probably cutting costs so that they can manufacture more PlayStation 5s quickly to get them out there to meet demand. That's what they want. They want to sell as many PlayStation 5s as possible. But do you really think that Sony, their entire company is basically PlayStation, do you really think they would risk a consumer electronics failure rate of 50% or over like Microsoft did with the Xbox 360? Do you think that they could afford that? Do you think they would risk that? They would create a heatsink that would cause a catastrophic failure in every single PlayStation 4 that's sold from now on? Or do you think they did their work and they figured out they can cut costs here and have an 8-degree difference in temperature, which would mean absolutely nothing to the chipset? Because if you read the article from IGN, and I'll link it in the description, they talk about what Mark Cerny said about the clock speeds rising, going up, going down based on power consumption. They go into how that affects the thermal output and how that means absolutely nothing in terms of this new heatsink causing any type of damage. So this is what I'm talking about. I could have easily seen this, made a video like some of your favorite YouTubers did out there about how this solution is worse. But I clearly didn't have all the information, so I waited, and I watched, and I read, and I listened. And I arrived at the solution that Digital Foundry did. They confirmed it. Lies are one thing, twisting the truth to create something really pretty and palpable for an audience so that you get exactly what it is you're looking for is the absolute worst type of quote-unquote journalism. Think about sharing this video out, maybe even subscribing, or at the very least hitting the like button. It's going to help me grow this channel, and I'll see you in the next video.